what's up guys? Welcome to Exotic Idiotics. My name's Jeff.
My name is Maddox.
And this is the channel where we look at exotic keeping as a family affair. So if you like content centered around all exotic animals, reptiles, amphibians, invertebrates, and even some saltwater fish, consider becoming part of our family and hitting that subscribe button.
So over the last, 10 years or so, the reptile keeping hobby has increased steadily, and the more and more people keep these fascinating animals, the more we find out about their care and husbandry, and the easier it gets to keep them in large amounts.
But even though it's becoming increasingly easier for people to confidently keep these animals in captivity, therefore sort of providing the illusion that they can have more of them, there are a lot of downsides to keeping a really large collection.
So today, sorry, I interrupted. So today, we're going to be discussing our biggest downsides to having a large animal collection. So stick around and let's get into it.
The first con on our list of biggest cons to keeping a large exotic animal collection is it can be very, very expensive.
So, I already know what you're thinking. There is no way that keeping some reptiles is as expensive as like a dog or a cat or some small mammals. But when you have that much reptiles and other assorted exotic animals, it adds up very quickly. And I know that you're thinking, I'm just a kid, so I may not contribute very much. I buy quite a bit of the animals down here, and I also pitch in for feeding and enclosures.
And you don't make as much money as most adults.
No way.
You don't have bills.
No way.
You don't have bills. Don't no way me. You look like a mime.
Or a job.
You don't have bills. You don't have a regular job, but all of your money that you make goes towards your hobby.
More or less. Our next con is it just takes up a lot of time.
It does, and I know that I've said this before, but if we weren't doing this together as a family, there's
no way we'd be able to do it at all.
No, especially not, I know there's people out there who have larger collections than this or collections as large as this, and they are able to do it by themselves, but a lot of those people either work from home or make videos like this one full time or, something along those lines. But when you have to go to school or you're working full time and you have a family, like I could not do this by myself if my family was not involved. And we split a lot of the duties.
We do.
50-50. I mean, in the mornings,
I'm home alone before I go to school, so I'll take care of everything down here. And then at night, we trade off and he'll take care of everything and turn off the lights.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the big things is all of our stuff is pretty much automated. So if you'd like to see a video on some pro tip hacks on how to make keeping collections easier, leave a comment down below and we'll make a video on how we actually make this work a little bit easier for us. The third con on our list is veterinary care. It's a lot harder to find a vet that will see exotic animals, and depending on what you have, like tarantulas or scorpions, there could be something wrong with your invertebrates, and
very few vets are gonna know.
I would almost say no vets. There's just not enough research. The invertebrate hobby has grown a lot over just the past few years, but the amount of research out there that has been done on tarantulas compared to reptiles that have been in the hobby for a long time, such as bearded dragons and things like that, is just very, very minimal.
Yes.
But even your more common animals, trying to find a vet is tough, and because of that, vets can really charge you whatever they want.
Because we've got our baby water monitor, and he could get sick at some point, and if we really want to save him, because let's be honest, he's freaking awesome, and I'm not gonna let him die like that, and we take him to a vet, they could charge us thousands of dollars, and we'd have no choice but to pay to save.
Spit it out today, Junior.
Okay, let me try again. Okay, we have to spend a lot of money to save our beloved pet. Was that IQ?
The highest. All fives.
That's why English is my lowest class grade.
So basically the point is, you could write, if you were to write a book on all of the different medicines and different veterinary care for exotic animals, you could fit it all into like one book. But if you were, as opposed to like
page,
as opposed to dogs, where there has been so much research that it would be several books talking about all the different treatments and medicines.
Seems like a trilogy.
Like Lord of the Rings? My precious?
Our next con is that it is an absolute pain in the rear to go on a family vacation.
The rear? The derriere? The butt?
No, the nose.
Okay. Yes. It can be an absolute pain to find somebody to take care of your animals while you are on vacation. And it's even more expensive if you would like to try to board them at a pet shop, because
they'll say $8 a day, but that's also plus tax. And you have to supply all.
Dude, forget the tax. That's per animal. Like, the tax?
If you have been paying attention, you have good attention to detail, that's a lot of money. And boarding animals for like a 3-day vacation. We'd be bankrupt.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, we have several different species down here, ranging from a water monitor to a skink and Pac-Man frogs, several invertebrates, chameleon.
Several?
Yeah,
Like
several.
70.
Okay, that still falls under the umbrella of several.
Touche.
Yeah, and they all require different care.
care.
They're on different feeding schedules. They eat different things.
They eat different things each day if some of them need to be fed daily.
Yeah, and trying to find somebody that can handle all that is difficult in and of itself.
There's also very few people that I would trust as a person to come down here and watch.
Well, yeah, and they, not only do you have to find somebody who you trust and who could handle it, you have to find somebody who actually
is
willing to do it, because some people will be like, dude, I'll take care of all your lizards, but like, I ain't touching them spiders. Fortunately, if you have a large collection of tarantulas, they don't require daily
food,
care.
Some water, good for a month.
Yes, you can typically, this is actually a pro to keeping tarantulas. You can actually make sure that they have water and they're fed right before you leave, and you can go on vacation and you will be fine. They will all be fine until you come back. But when you have a wide variety of stuff like we do, it's difficult to find somebody to take care of them. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed this little list of the cons of keeping a large collection of exotic animals.
Now, keep in mind, the pros absolutely outweigh the cons. Buy one and only one pro, because there are a lot of cons. You get to work with animals that you just love to work with.
Yeah, and that's really the thing. I know if you're watching this and you were thinking about maybe buying an exotic animal, or maybe you have a few and you're thinking about buying another one.
Don't let this discourage you.
No, it's because at the end of the day, the one pro that is always going to outweigh it all is that we love these animals and we love working with them, and that is why we put up with all of the cons. If you'd like to see a video on how we personally kind of overcome these cons and how we prepare them, leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to make a video talking about how we go about finding people to care for our animals and finding vets and all that different kind of stuff.
Good luck with that one. We'd have to drive like out of state.
Not out of state, but it's far.
Area.
It's far. Yeah, that's always going to make it worth it in the end. But we were gonna leave links down below to our merch store, Discord, Instagram. Give a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Sure. We love you. Exotic Idiotics.